Tonight on Q2, a helping hand.
We have a big hill to climb, so every bit helps. We really appreciate all the help we're getting.
A Montana landmark leaning on the public for help as it tries to repair after a devastating storm. Plus, problems at the pond.
It happens, I wouldn't say yearly, but it does. It has happened numerous times.
Hundreds of dead fish wash ashore in Laurel. We'll tell you why. And dinos on display.
It is. It's an amazing feeling, and it's definitely it's a very addictive hobby.
We take you to Musselshell County, where Sir William is the latest attraction along the Montana Dinosaur Trail. The MTN 10 o'clock news starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us on this Thursday night. I'm David J. The Huntley Project Museum, which has shared the richness of Montana history for decades, is still in need of the public's help. 1 month ago, a wind and hailstorm ripped through the region, damaging the museum with 18 homestead buildings and more than 5,000 artifacts. The Treasure State Landmark is now back open, but a lot of work must be done to realize its original beauty.
It just soaked in here, soaked into the drywall.
Neil Gunnels, executive director of the Huntley Project Museum, shows damage from the storm that hit 1 month ago.
We had 2 weeks where we were basically shut down so we could make it safe.
The museum just reopened 2 weeks ago, but it still has a long ways to go. But this isn't the first bout with Mother Nature. Gunnels says the museum had really just recovered from a 2019 hailstorm.
It took us 3 or 4 years to even get back to normal. So we were there, and then this storm kind of set us back to square one again.
Lots of damage here on the museum grounds. You're not going to get any help with insurance on any of this. They still want to preserve the buildings, take care of that, and that helps take care of everything on the inside as well.
We had to search and search to find insurance, and we finally found one that would cover just the main building, but basically it didn't cover theft and it doesn't cover wind and hail.
In 2019, insurance paid about $400,000. And that's about the amount Gunnels estimates it will take this time for repairs, with the focus on about $120,000 for the main building. He does say some buildings will not be repaired.
Just beyond repair this time. The sides are torn out, the roof is gone basically.
But he wants to repair as much as possible to keep the artifacts inside protected.
It's tremendously important. That's our mission. If we don't do it, I don't know if anyone else will. We need to show our kids where they came from, why this is here, why this Huntley Project is here.
They have raised some money from local donations and will also seek out grants to pay for the repairs.
Something that we definitely need to preserve and protect for our future generations.
A shocking sight at the Laurel Pond this morning as hundreds of dead fish have washed upon the shoreline. It's not something wildlife officials or visitors like to see, but it has happened before. Fish, Wildlife and Parks believes the combination of shallow and stagnant water along with a drastic change in temperature led to fish dying.
When we have cloudy days or when it's nighttime, those aquatic plants are not photosynthesizing. They're actually respiring and they are consuming oxygen, and that takes up available oxygen for things like fish in the pond.
Most of the dead fish are small sunfish, but some bass and rainbow trout died as well. FWP does not plan to remove the carcasses, as it says they are safe for scavengers to eat. Career criminals who police believe stole an RV and a truck from 2 Billings businesses are still on the run, but deputies have tracked down both vehicles all the way in Idaho. Yellowstone County Sheriff Mike Linder says the stolen RV and truck turned up in Canyon County, Idaho. We've been following the story over the last couple of days as that pair of career criminals is accused of stealing the RV and pickup truck and fleeing the state.
And working with the local police chief in Homedale, Idaho, he helped coordinate a sting operation to try and collect that trailer. It was a large operation that unfortunately didn't quite catch the bad guy, but we will.
Sheriff Linder says a warrant is now out for the arrest of the alleged suspect, Jonathan Shane Roberts, who is wanted in multiple states. A judge has lifted a 2023 gag order in the case against killer Brian Kohberger. In a hearing this morning, Judge Stephen Hippler ruled lawyers involved in the case can now speak with members of the media since the case will no longer go to trial. As we reported, Kohberger pleaded guilty to all charges against him earlier this month. He admitted to stabbing 4 University of Idaho students in an off-campus house in November of 2022. but still has not provided a motive behind the murders. He is scheduled for sentencing at the end of the month, where he is expected to serve life with no chance of parole. His guilty plea prevented the death penalty in the case.
Active weather on this Thursday evening for north central and northeastern parts of the state. East central Montana too. Some strong thunderstorms pushing through Rosebud County. One to the northwest of Forsyth, moving about 40 miles an hour toward the southeast. So expect that in the next 40 minutes or so. Another storm over northeastern parts of Rosebud County and just pushing in northwestern Custer County. That will likely affect Miles City within an hour or so. It's about 35 miles north of town, but also moving to the southeast at 35 miles an hour. More active weather pushing through the Circle area, also getting closer to Glendive with some more rain showers approaching Dawson County and some more active weather for northeastern Montana. We also have other chance for some thunderstorms. Your 7-day forecast coming up.
The Senate narrowly passed a bill today that cuts $9 billion in funds that were previously approved by Congress. The cuts include $1.1 billion in funding for the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which funds NPR and PBS, as well as roughly $8 billion in foreign aid. The measure is now back in the hands of the House with a deadline of tomorrow to pass the package. If it misses the deadline, then according to the 1974 budget law, the money must be unfrozen and spent as originally directed by Congress. Garbage left behind and questions piling up. Billings designed stricter trash pickup rules in August to curbside road litter, skipping trash cans if the lid isn't completely shut. But one family says its trash can was already skipped this week, and it's asking why no one gave the heads up. Q2's Andrea Lutz reports.
On Jesse Bradley's West End Street, garbage day came and went.
I noticed yard waste was picked up first, which it usually is.
But his garbage didn't.
And as I walked out there, I saw a big red sticker on top of it.
Turns out this can was deemed too full to empty.
The sticker said that I had large sticks and objects protruding from the top of it, and they were unable to pick it up.
So he reached out to the city, asking questions.
And beginning September, that this was the rule, and that they would be back in a day or two to pick up my garbage once I was able to level it off.
Now he wonders how much extra time and money it takes to run the route again.
I don't know of many people that'd like to do it twice, you know.
Public Works Director Debbie Melling admits some drivers got ahead of themselves.
A bit of a miscommunication. Some of our drivers thought we were ready to pull the trigger on that, and we weren't. We are not quite ready for that.
Public Works says the goal is cleaner streets, and they'll present a policy in August.
Go on any street, you'll see litter. And I think our city has more to offer than, what it looks like when there's litter all over the streets.
Jesse's can was eventually emptied, but he says the city needs to trash the confusion before rolling this out.
The policy says the container lid has to be down. The hard thing is that interpretation between down and all the way up. Whether we enforce that policy more stricter than we have or not is still up for discussion.
For now, he hopes the city cleans up the communication.
I thought maybe I missed something working out of town quite a bit. I thought maybe we missed a memo or a notice or something like that. But, from the people that I've talked to, they're kind of in the dark as well. So I think they need to bring this forth, for some public comment for sure.
Until then, residents like Jesse will be watching to see how the city handles what's left on the curb.
I think a whole lot of undue stress for people that are assuming that our garbage is going to be picked up on a said day, and we plan around that, really.
Debbie Melling says drivers already run up to 1,200 stops a day, and overflow pickups slow them down. The real cost to taxpayers, she says, would come from adding more routes if backups continue. City Council will take up the issue at its August 4th work session.